Every story matters. Only on Radio Nagarik 96.5.
Hello everyone, welcome to Every Story Matters. This is your voice Presa. 2020, we're done with it. And among all the things that happened in 2020, COVID-19 was one of them. र अस्तव्यस्त बनाइदियो जीवन हैन तर त्यसमा चाहिँ स्पेशली मेनको लागि चाहिँ एउटा खास प्रब्लम चाहिँ के भयो भन्दाखेरि कपाल काट्ने सो कपाल काट्ने भन्ने बित्तिकै दिमागमा आउने नामहरू र पसलहरू भनेको हुसैन चाचाको पसल यादव दाईको पसल र कुनाको नाई दाईको पसल हैन सो यो नामहरू आओस् पनि किन नै किनभने they have already set the benchmark so high that people remember kai kapal katna janu paryo bhane त्यही दाई त्यही चाचाको याद आउँछ हैन they have set their bar so high with all the packages and everything but in recent times there in among us in the city someone is brewing a new venture and someone is bringing a new style, new method of barbering. So today's episode is about a new barber and alongside with my co-host Pratyush. Welcome.
Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, so the new barber shop.
Yes.
Tell us something about it.
Okay, the new barber is just an idea, you know. So basically what happened was I was in Japan, so working as a barber for almost 7 years. And then when I came back, so I had the vision of like starting my own this barber shop. But then what I found was like there was a challenge where there's very less skilled manpower in Nepal and who knows how to cut hair, you know. So and I had a very hard time to like gather all those people, skillful manpower. And the challenge, more than a challenge, I made it my mission to change the whole concept, you know, the whole idea behind and to let the young youth people to participate along with me. So yeah.
So like I said, Pratyush, what's your take on this new idea of the new barber shop? Have you been there first of all?
Your feet cost if it looks fresh, it's courtesy of these guys and what they've been doing at the new barber.
It looks sharp.
Right? It's a week old, right? It was about lockdown ko bela थियो, right? Yes. And they had just opened their new outlet here at Nagarik. Ani magako thing, and that's when I went with my brother actually.
Okay.
There was this other guy who was cutting my brother's hair, and he Sonam ji le chahi mero katbo. And you know, you often I don't usually go to new salons, but at the time, तपाईको Instagram page मा मैले देखेको थिएँ, you know, hygiene protocols हरु सबै follow गर्ने भएकोले नयाँ place, why not? भनेर म गएँ. As soon as I went there, you know, some place just clicks with you. त्यो जाने बित्तिकै नयाँ restaurant, you just feel like you're at home जस्तो हुन्छ नि. मलाई पनि त्यस्तै भयो. It was very friendly, cordial, अनि कुरा पनि गर्ने, and I felt like wow, this is worth it जस्तो लाग्यो के मलाई चाहिँ.
Well, so barber shop को कुरा गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ it's a creative field. I know. Yes. New age, it's a creative field. Yes. So as far as we know, you have a certain kind of creative connection in your family as well. Okay. Like you said, off the record, we discussed that dad was into paintings and thanka. Yes. So do you think like it came in the gene that this was meant to happen? Maybe the plan to hola barbering, your barber field.
So most of this kind of thing that happened in my life is just kind of started from an accident, you know. My father, he used to be like very creative from like since I know him, I know. And yes, because I think me being as a creative guy, I think most of this thing I have like I got it from my
Inherited.
father.
Oh.
And he used to be like always into like paintings and like making tankas and also making different stuffs related to that. And I was always interested into like how things works and how the art forms, the end result. So I was always interested, and barbering is also an art. So I kind of came into this field, and I'm loving it.
मलाई चाहिँ one thing very striking about new barber, हैन तपाईले सुरु गर्नुभयो, I don't know कति thought process लाउनु भयो, how much homework went into that. तर the thing is, I've been cutting hair as long as I can remember, obviously, हैन. And I used to go to my local community go salon. अनि त्यहाँ जाँदाखेरि चाहिँ मलाई के हुन्थ्यो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ when I used to go there, it was just transaction के आयो बस्यो कपाल काट्यो गयो. Transaction मात्र हुन्थ्यो. I sit there, he cuts my hair, transaction थियो गयो. But when I came to your salon, the first time you started a conversation with me, हैन के गर्नुहुन्छ कसो गर्नुहुन्छ, how's your day going? I was like, what? How's your day going? यस्तो पनि हुन्छ. But I felt nice because you sitting there, it's a very awkward moment. Your barber is doing your hair, अब के गरेर बस्ने, आफ्नै आँखा मात्र हेरेर हुन्छ. You're just looking at yourself, हैन. And you struck a conversation. It made me feel comfortable. त्यसपछि I went there the second time. It wasn't you, but it was someone else. उसले पनि त्यही गरिरहेको छ. So मलाई चाहिँ I don't know, तपाईले चाहिँ एउटा social exchange को पनि एउटा conversation पनि एउटा environment create गरिदिनु भएको छ, which is very different compared to other salons.
So barbershop भनेको चाहिँ it's in a way it's a social hub only, हैन. So all the people like from different backgrounds they gather there, हैन, to cut hair अनि त्यो social hub भएको कारणले कि as we being a social being, so I think it's very necessary for like anyone who is into like this service industry, they must like talk to like their customer and client and
exactly
make a connection.
You're connection build garnalai, that's very unique, somebody asking out of the blue how's your day going. That's very touching, I guess.
Exactly. And nice that you brought it up, हैन. यो जुन haircut को scene मा एउटा social context मा ले भन्नुभयो नि, this is नेपालमा त आइरा होला उहाँहरूले गरिरहनु भयो होला, but in other communities this is more relevant. हाम्रो अमेरिका को चाहिँ African American जुन कम्युनिटीहरु हुन्छ नि, struck by war, उनीहरुको इकोनोमिक कन्डिसन पनि राम्रो हुन्न, and that's like a safe haven के एउटा sanctuary हुन्छ. त्यहाँ गएर चाहिँ they learn about news, culture, exchange हुन्छ. So something like that really works just like
in old ancient times barbershop के पनि हुन्थ्यो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ it used to be a place where people like come to gather information पनि के.
Okay.
So because के भइराछ locally के भइराछ they won't know, हैन. So yeah, so it's
अब पहिला त सोशल मिडिया हुँदैन थियो, हैन. अब मेनहरु कि त अब आजकल भन्ने चिया पसलहरुमा बसेर गफ गर्ने जस्तै अब बार्बर शपमा गएर.
It's very similar.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sounds fair. Okay, so this culture, हैन, so यो जुन कल्चर तपाईले एस्टाब्लिश गर्न खोजिराख्नु भएको छ, तपाईको बार्बर शपमा हेर्ने हो भने there are young men like 18, 19 teenagers जस्तो देखिन्छ के. And मैले भने I'm going back again and again, हाम्रो जुन religiously एउटा यो कम्युनिटीमा जस्तै कपाल काट्दै आइराख्नु भएको दाइहरु हुनुहुन्छ, हैन, उहाँहरु भन्दा निकै नै डिफरेन्ट हुनुहुन्छ उहाँहरु, हैन. अब हामीले कपाल काट्ने भन्ने कि त उहाँहरुलाई सम्झिन्छौं कि त डिजाइनर हेयर स्टाइलिस्टहरुलाई सम्झिन्छौं, हैन. सो यो इन बिट्विन जुन एउटा खालको कल्चर लिएर आउन खोजिराख्नु भएको छ, हैन, and with these young guys over there, सुरुमा हेर्दाखेरि त I'll be very brutally honest, हैन, उहाँहरुलाई हेर्दाखेरि चाहिँ अबि कपाल काट्न सक्नुहुन्छ होला र जस्तो फिल भयो के मलाई चाहिँ, हैन. But with like उहाँहरुको skills and everything, अर्को एउटा myth के बस्ट भयो भन्दाखेरि म उहाँको सलोनमा जाँदाखेरि I thought it's like 15 minutes को job, हैन. कति यति सानो कपाल त हुन्छ केटाहरुको. So कति नै टाइम लाग्छ र 15 मिनेट को काम त होला. I had my flight to catch after that, हैन. So बसिरहेको, then it is first मा 5 minutes, त्यसपछि 10 minutes, त्यसपछि 15 minutes, त्यसपछि 20 minutes हुँदै हुँदै half an hour मा पनि सकिरहेको छैन. And at one point यस्तो धेरै टेक्निकलिटिजहरु हुँदो रहेछ, यति धेरै प्रोसेसेसहरु हुँदो रहेछ. मलाई के लाग्न थाल्यो भने त्यहाँबाट निस्किने बेलामा बरु केटीको कपाल काट्न सजिलो हुँदो रहेछ. So they had all these skills in them. So I want to ask you, उहाँहरु काई ट्रेन्ड भएर आउनु भएकोहरु स्टाफहरु हो कि did you train them?
So I personally train every one of them, हैन, मेरो टिमको चाहिँ. अनि
Wow.
so first batch ko चाहिँ I used to train all of them. I हुन्छ नि being as a owner पनि a founder, so I didn't want to like have any other like mistakes or के हुनु नभएर. But then from that on, like next batch हरूलाई चाहिँ the old guy, the Norbu हैन, he can like teach already के. So he's able to teach like other people पनि. And because Albert Einstein भनेको थियो नि, so compounding is the eighth wonder of the world भनेको जस्तै. So I cannot handle like everything के मेरो by myself. So I have to be able to like teach other people so that they can teach other people.
Carry it forward.
So that's why I will.
Well, to add on to that question, I know, so these guys were पहिलेदेखि नै interested, or your journey, your experience made them, you know, get
Even
interested?
that was kind of like a challenge for me, to be honest.
Because I don't think primarily कसैको अहिले I might be wrong, हैन, तर primarily कसैको म कपाल काट्ने प्रोफेसनतिर जान्छु अथवा हेयर स्टाइलिस्ट बन्छु भन्ने त्यो अझै पनि आइसकेको छैन जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई.
So even I try to like हुन्छ सबै अब मेरो टिमको टिम मेम्बरहरूलाई, so I want to like personally talk to them, हुन्छ नि अब मेरो ब्याकग्राउन्डको एक्सपिरियन्सहरू सेयर गरेर अनि के चाहिँ हुन सक्छ if they are free, if they are not doing anything हैन, anything productive, so why not join us हैन, let's work. अनि even like सँगै पनि काम पनि सिकिन्छ उनीहरुले मेन कुरा चाहिँ हैन.
You're earning.
Yeah, they're earning as well, so even their family is happy, so that's a big thing for me.
Yeah, so you kind of have set up a new kind of environment for them with all the ambience and the I think you're trying to set up a culture पनि एक हिसाबले हैन.
नेपालमा चाहिँ कस्तो हुन्छ भने मैले अब कसैले काम सिकायो भने चाहिँ people मान्छेले के सोच्छ भने कि उनीहरु शिक्षा अनि छोडेर जान्छ नि त, किन सिकाउने in the first place भन्छ हैन. But then I always like think from a mindset of an abundance के. त्यो मैले जति सिकाए पनि उनीहरु छोडेको पनि I will like teach अब एकजना छोडेको पनि म दुई जनालाई सिकाउँछु भन्ने खालको माइन्डसेटबाट I like approach them हैन. So I'm never like scared like कि उनीहरु छोडेर जान्छ भनेर.
I think तपाईले राम्रोसँग सिकाउनु भएको रहेछ for your particular salon. के छ भन्दाखेरि टेक्निकलिटिजमा पनि अड्याप्ट छन् कि अब हामीले कति कुरा हुन्छ मेनको हेयर स्टाइल पनि गुगल गरिन्छ नि त. अब यस्तो यस्तो गर
यस्तो चाहियो मलाई पिक्चर देखाएर
1 नम्बर 5 नम्बर के भनेर भन्छ. एन्ड नट टु पुट अ शेड अन दोज हु डु इट ट्रेडिसनली हैन, तर आई थिंक एउटा जुन लोकल कम्युनिटीमा बार्बर शप्सहरू हुन्छन् उनीहरू चाहिँ एउटा लर्निङ कर्भमा गइसकेपछि एउटा प्लाटु गरिसक्छ, त्यसपछि सिक्नै खोज्दैनन् रहेछ कि हाम्रो कम्युनिटीमा भएको लोकल बार्बर शप्सहरू. सो इफ यु लाइक फेड गरिदिनु न भनेर भन्यो नि दे डोन्ट अन्डरस्ट्यान्ड फेड, स्लोप भन्यो भने दे अन्डरस्ट्यान्ड कपाल स्लोप गरेर काट्दिनु भनेर भन्छ. तपाईहरुकोमा चाहिँ राइट अफ द ब्याट आउने बित्तिकै कतिमा गरौँ कतिको फेड, what do you want to do, what do you want to do, like it's like
the numbers and technicalities.
This become your entire head becomes a canvas just for you.
It is actually, yes. Yes.
So that's malai say that's one of the new barber shop ma. That's one of the thing that stands out.
So you're operating at two different places, one is at Bodha and another is at Darar Marg. So coming to Darar Marg ko case ma say let's say you're a businessman, an entrepreneur, I know. So Darar Marg is a prime location for business and one of the most expensive places Nepal mai bhanum na, I know.
It is, yes.
It is. So well, at that point a lot of jun time ma tapai Darar Marg ma shop kholnu bhayo, at that time a lot of shops were closing down, but you had just started, I know. So for a barber, for a hairstylist, you know, to open a salon at Barber, like how is it financially stable? Cost challenges
so it's like every opportunity lies in while the face of crisis. So I kind of met this guy who was like the owner of the complex, and he was very like nice guy, you know. So he kind of motivated me to like, why not open shop here? I will support you from different tools and I was like thinking of opening my outlet somewhere in Tamil and Dharma, and I thought it was a perfect time, so I just like decided to open a shop.
So you're a layman point of view, you know, for young people or even for me, I know your curiosity is ke auncha bhandakeri kasto expensive cha त्यहाँको रेन्टहरु हैन, र कपाल काटेर डेली कसरी पे गर्न सकिन्छ होला र कसरी सस्टेन गर्न सकिन्छ भन्ने क्वेशनहरु चाहिँ मेरो this is my own curiosity and I think a lot of people's as well.
Okay, हाम्रो यो haircutting industry is like very different from other businesses के so like restaurant or they have like so many expenses हुन्छ नि occurrence भइरा हुन्छ daily basis मा so हाम्रो haircutting मा चाहिँ there's too much of like expenses going on like on daily basis के so mostly it's rent and
products
and yeah
manpower
so mainly salary you know?
yeah
so other than that there's not too much like expenses going on so
okay things to be noted all right so well let's talk about your journey till in Nepal ma auda samma haina Japan ma you have seen pretty hard days
yes
you stayed over there for almost more than 9 years
yes
pornako लागि जानु भएको थियो
yes
हैन and we heard that you were jobless at one point and you had to live on streets for like few days
yes
so how was it I mean अहिले त तपाईलाई you know CEO founder entrepreneur of this
It's a
new
different
barber
light
shop
ki अहिले
yeah
चाहिँ.
अहिले it's you're under a different light
then I was always an like optimist guy के म त्यहाँ actually म त्यो homeless हुँदाखेरि I was I remember like I was staying at a McDonald's okay, eating burger and coffee and I was not like staying like this I was like is it basta
wow
I remember it and because I was always like I always think good days are coming when हुन्छ नि great things going to happen भन्ने खालको mindset लिएर काम गरेर हुन्छ के and then you know like I never like अहिले म के feel गर्छु भने you should never chase anything okay, in life money हुन्छ कि fame success anything related to that you know so you should be kind of like a magnet yeah you make yourself so valuable that you kind of like attract those things okay, in life so I think that's the whole idea behind the law of attraction thing
exactly
yes, so,
I was going to apply that over there
yeah.
so yeah so तपाईले भन्नुभयो you're very optimistic you're not I was coming to question at certain point that मैले यो decision नै wrong लिए कि भन्ने जस्तो चाहिँ कहिले आएन
absolutely
like
छैन
wow that is a very strong mindset
yeah because म नेपालमा I wake up every day with the हुन्छ नि त्यो के भन्ने I'm glad that I'm always like बिहान उठ्ने बित्तिकै I'm in Nepal भन्ने खालको त्यो कुरा बिहानदेखि मलाई this is so motivating to me के and wake up like हुन्छ नि म बिहानदेखि नै म नेपालमा छु नि the freedom हुन्छ नि
you don't regret leaving all of that life behind there in Japan
absolutely not
coming.
म त एकदम
I mean economically पनि हैन geographically पनि र tech wise पनि एकदम advanced country हो the living standard that is way we can't even
Right.
imagine
it's a perfect world हैन but behind the scene मा चाहिँ what's happening भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ you won't know unless you are
Actually
there
Living there.
everything is a bed of
Yeah.
roses to Aurelia
yeah so it looks so perfect from outside but then every people that I've worked with they have kind of lost the essence of being a human themselves okay? And they kind of are operating in a way that they are part of a big machinery okay? They're just robots okay? Most of them to be honest and then they are not very happy people
the human touch नै छैन
so they have already lost the essence of being a human most of them
like
sad
yeah that's
coming
very sad.
मलाई चाहिँ I still can't get over त्यो हाम्रो price point के तपाईले price एउटा certain price point मा चलाउनुहुन्छ the new barber हैन like म पहिला आउने बेलामा there weren't a lot of people there the next time I went उहाँहरूले appointment system राख्नु भएको छ which by the way is very good है appointment system should be everywhere जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई अनि next time I went there appointment पाउन अलिकति गाह्रो भयो त्यसपछि अर्को टाइम गएको you know a lot of people were filling in के अनि मैले यसो सोचेँ हैन उहाँहरूले खोल्नु भएको थियो a lot of businesses मा चाहिँ के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि मान्छेले चाहिँ यति खर्च गर्नु र भनेर मान्छेले जान्छन् हैन new barber shop I think has found that balance के between what you're providing what the customers want so तपाईको at the end of the day target customers यस्तो हामीले गर्छौं भनेर त्यसरी खोल्नु भएको थियो र
so हाम्रो target customer चाहिँ we are not like targeting celebrity or VIPs हरू हैन के so normal teenager who want to have like a good haircut on a like average price point ma so that's
who wants to look good
yeah
so I have a take about this your look good ko case ma चाहिँ केटीहरुको point of view बाट so we go to beauty parlors you know we have our beauty regime एउटा you know we take care of our skin through different methods you know तर केटाहरुको cases मा चाहिँ generally त्यो हुँदैन के the one time they go to salon is to cut their hair or shave their beard you know so I always had this फिलिङ के केही गरे हुन्थ्यो नि हुन्छ नि केटाहरूले पनि एउटा आफ्नो यु नो स्किनको टेक केयर गर्ने ठाउँ भयो हुन्थ्यो भन्ने खालको चाहिँ फिलिङ हुन्थ्यो एन्ड आई थिङ्क यु हेभ गिभन द्याट in your salon, through your salon, I know.
Specifically, I'm not saying specifically men's मात्रै किन भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ men's are like very different हुन्छ नि than women and they even like so many people that comes to our shop they like open up हुन्छ नि आफ्नो गर्लफ्रेन्डहरु भन्दा पनि हामीसँग शेयरहरु कुराहरु शेयर पनि गर्नेहरु पनि हुन्छ के so I think that's very important for like their mental health पनि as well हुन्छ
exactly
for them to have like private space where they can like talk about anything.
Wow, you have addressed a very good point over here. So you have given them a space where they can vent out what's been going on in their life, I know. So which is necessary.
Coming back to the point, right? The cultural or social exchange point, I think that's what you apply.
Yeah. So, well, it's not. I think taking care of your body, taking care of your face or hair should not be gender biased. Okay? This has to be day-to-day regime for a human being. I know. So you say alikata disbalance bhayirako case ma chai I think now a lot of men will find the new barber around town. I know. So let me ask you, what is your vision ahead? एउटा तपाईले यो barber shop त खोल्नु भयो हैन you are recruiting young men here हैन उहाँहरुलाई जागिर दिइराख्नु भएको छ टाइम पासको एउटा ठाउँ दिइराख्नु भएको छ हैन फाइनान्शियली पनि सपोर्ट भइरहेको छ इन्भल्भ भइरहेको छ rather than PUBG and all these games I'm really sorry but that's the truth you know so एउटा ठाउँ दिइराख्नु भएको छ तर coming years ma chai more than just the culture केही छ यसको aspect.
Okay, म चाहिँ being in Japan so I learned so many things हैन and even like Japanese people they don't like they don't like seeing things going waste ke अनि even for me what I think is like even there are so many people like manpower हुन्छ नि नेपाल manpower नभएको हैन के there are so many manpower but we have less skill manpower के अनि I just like to like involve so many people who are like being unproductive घरमै बसेर यतिकै बसिरहेकोलाई चाहिँ म engage गराएर so I want to like make a team अनि my bigger vision भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ त्यही हो नेपालमा कति unproductive भएर बसिरहेको छ भने engage गराएर as a team move forward भएर यही गर्ने अब
राइट मैले भन्नु खोजेको चाहिँ learning curve एउटा तपाईको कति सिक्न खोज्नुहुन्छ पनि really matters in this industry हैन अहिले तपाईहरुले ब्रान्चेस खोलिरहनु भएको छ but in terms of service पनि तपाईले expand गर्ने सोच्नु भएको छ
सर्भिसेसहरुमा चाहिँ मेन्स they don't like tend to have too many things like खोजिरहेको हुँदैन के मान्छेहरु केटाहरुले especially
they have compartments for everything
very few हुन्छ नि मान्छेहरुलाई केटाहरु especially केटाहरुलाई चाहिँ so I don't think we are going to expand
but in terms of off the record हामीले कुरा गरेका थियौ like you're very interested in art tattoo ma pani so probably somewhere down the line
hopefully not maybe I don't think it's coming any sooner but let's see what happens
yeah so you were involved in a lot of places पहिला यो field ma आउनु भन्दा अगाडि like he was also mentioned tattoo painting हरु हैन so अहिले चाहिँ you are known as the new barber
okay
हैन the new barber तर at one point यो तपाईले म यही फिल्डमा जान्छु भनेर गएको पनि हैन it happened to you and when you were seeking for job somebody referred your job खाली छ भनेर and that process तपाईले यो पाउनु भयो हैन तर let me ask you यहाँ नेपालमा आइसकेपछि अब बाहिरतिर त जसले जे जब गरे पनि it's in their closed doors हैन कसैलाई थाहा हुँदैन only we will only see like nice cars apartments हैन त्यो बसिरहेको त्यो लाइफस्टाइल देख्छौ तर नेपाल आइसकेपछि चाहिँ एउटा रियालिटी जुन लिएर आउनु भयो नि तपाईले म यो गर्छु भनेर how was your how did your family how did your friends react to it बाहिर गर्नु एउटा छुट्टै कुरा हो तर नेपालमा आएर म कपाल काट्छु भन्नु इज अ डिफरेंट हुन्छ नि स्टिल कसरी एडाप्ट
सो गर्यो सबैले I kind of like I don't really care about what other people say हैन त्यो पनि हो मेरो मेन चाहिँ मेरो नेचुरली but then मेरो फ्यामिली र फ्रेन्ड्सहरु पनि अहिले एकदम सपोर्टिभ छ so अनि अहिले चाहिँ यो अहिलेको यो मोमेन्टमा चाहिँ स्टिरियोटाइप भन्ने कुरा पनि धेरै हटिसकेको छ कि बार्बरिङ फिल्डमा स्पेसली मेबी इन अर्ली 2000 तिर मैले गरेको भए चाहिँ इट वुड हेभ बिन डिफरेन्ट मेबी हैन बट नाउ इट्स बट they're really supportive, all my friends and family. Yes.
Okay. So you mentioned Japan ma hudakeri it was at one point you saw Instagram this battle that was happening, barber battle and everything. So tille chai tapaiko that was your turning point.
Yes, yes.
Otherwise it was mundane, I know.
Yeah.
Daily jobs jasari गरिराख्नु just for the sake of money and all. तर त्यो देखिसकेपछि चाहिँ यस्तो यस्तो फिल्डहरु पनि हुँदो रहेछ भनेर चाहिँ तपाईलाई इन्ट्री गर्यो भनेर भन्नुभयो. So त्यो नेपालमा आउला त will you be bringing that?
It will. It's one part of my vision. अनि so I will हुन्छ नेपालमा त्यहाँ चाहिँ कस्तो भयो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ आफ्टर वर्किङ फर अराउन्ड लाइक 4 years मैले चाहिँ त्यो एकदम काम जसरी नै गरिरहेको थिएँ कि आई वाज नट प्यासनेट एट अल हैन एन्ड आफ्टर वर्किङ फर 4 years आई काइन्ड अफ केम अक्रस दिस इभेन्ट विच वाज लाइक बार्बर ब्याटल भन्ने एउटा इभेन्ट थियो कि एन्ड आई वेन्ट देयर अनि जस्ट लाइक होल कन्सेप्ट अफ माई हुन्छ नि बार्बरिङ भन्ने कुरा चेन्ज फ्रम द्याट के बिकज लाइक दे वर मोर अफ ए लाइक सेलिब्रिटी हुन्छ नि on stage.
Right, barber celebrity on the head.
Hooting for barbers.
So it was like so like eye-opening for me. And that's the turning point for me.
मलाई एकदम intrigued भएको कुरा चाहिँ तपाईले you learned from another individual back in Japan.
Yes.
And you said power of compounding जस्तो भन्नुभयो. Exponential growth is a big part of that, हैन?
Yes.
तपाईले अरूबाट सिक्नुभयो तपाईले सिकाइरहनु भएको छ for those who want to work at the new barber तर at some point of time do you want to pay it forward for those who aren't going to be involved like generally पनि तपाईले the art भन्नु भएको छ नि because यो कला हो भने त कला त तपाईले पेन्टिङ क्लासेसहरु त मान्छेहरुले सिकाउँछ नि त्यसैले तपाईले बार्बरिङ पनि पछि गएर स्कुल खोल्ने is that on your plan?
So for sure. So नेपालमा चाहिँ किन भन्दाखेरि एकदमै ग्याप छ यो बार्बरिङ स्पेशली मेन्स कटिङ हेयर इन्डस्ट्रीमा चाहिँ सो जतिसुकै त्यो अहिलेको नेपालमा भएको त्यो एकाडेमीहरू भयो नि दे आर नट प्रोभाइडिङ द काइन्ड अफ इन्फर्मेसन हुन्छ नि त्यो एजुकेसन द्याट्स रिक्वायर्ड क्या सो आई थिङ्क देयर्स सम चेन्जेस निडेड.
Okay.
So pretty excited. Malat, I'm very interested in that.
You know what I'm excited for? The barber competition, or what do you call that?
Barber battle.
Barber battle.
Same sort of like rap battle, just the answer. So.
Wow, I'm excited for that.
A quick, right out of the blue, you haircut गर्ने बेलामा obviously you need to try it out. तपाईले बिगार्नु चाहिँ भएको छ मान्छेहरुको hair.
एकदम.
Tell us what happened.
One phase of time when I was learning. So मैले एउटा कस्टमरको जापानिज क्लाइन्टको चाहिँ बिगारेको थिएँ एन्ड आई वाज लाइक आई न्यू हुन्छ नि मैले बिगारेँ भनेर मैले रियलाइज गरिसकेँ एन्ड देन आई वाज लाइक ओके सरी एन्ड त भने मैले पैसा पनि लिएन एन्ड ही वाज लाइक गाली गरिरहेको थिएँ कि मलाई एकदम गाली गरिरहेको थिएँ कि बट देन आई वाज लाइक आई जस्ट केप क्वाइट हुन्छ लिसनिङ टु द्याट आई वाज लाइक जस्ट बोइङ डाउन लाइक सेङ सरी अनि उसले एकदम गाली गरेर गयो बट नेक्स्ट टाइम when he came back he chose me again and I again like I cut his hair अनि we kind of like became a friend after that after like cutting hair for 2-3 times पछि चाहिँ उसले मलाई ओपन अप गर्दाखेरि के भन्यो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ म तिमीलाई यति गाली गरेँ तिमीले के पनि भनेन मैले पनि बेसी बोलेर सरी भनेर पछिदेखि उसले स्टार्ट गिभ मी टिप्स भने हैन सो इट वाज रियली नाइस सो यु लर्न फ्रम योर मिस्टेक हैन सो
that's a perfect example of you learn from your mistake. Maybe he was there to teach you that sort of you know lesson for you. Wow.
And even मैले पनि जापानमा भन्दाखेरि like nobody was there to teach me. I was so much excited to learn about this craft but then there was barely like very few people who wanted to teach me. अनि I always thought like it shouldn't be this complex to learn this hair cutting and मैले चाहिँ मेरो बानी चाहिँ जहिले पनि I want to simplify things के अनि त्यही भएर मैले जे सिकाएको छु मैले त्यही जापानिज मेरो मभन्दा यङ्गर केटालाई पनि I used to teach them के अनि हिजो भर्खरै I had a conversation with one guy and he told me like you just changed my life हुन्छ नि उसले मलाई भने के I was so happy के त्यस बेला
so you learned the hard way. I mean there's something about you know learning the hard way. अब तपाईलाई बच्चादेखि सिकाएर गरेको भन्दा you know are you getting emotional?
No.
Remembering. Well, okay, so it's you know literally very well I think it's a very small emotional moment for you that you remembered.
Yeah, I can just carry on.
Okay, so we're having a moment here. It's very natural. That's what we talked about, you know. सबैको आफ्नो प्रोफेसनलाई एउटा इमोसनल फ्याक्टरले बाइन्ड गरा हुन्छ हैन. So तपाईको लागि that was one, I think, boost that you are on the right track भन्ने खालको. I mean, do you have any message for the one who gave you?
No, we talked about for an hour yesterday, and it was really touchy, but then even I have like some very few people who are like kind of mentoring me in a sense, and then I'm really like happy to have these people around. So yes,
beautiful. No, you don't know how you touch lives.
Yeah.
That's what matters.
Right, that's such a high note, eh? But unfortunately, transitioning from a high note to a mundane note of a goodbye is always hard.
Yeah, you always have a very hard time saying goodbye.
I always have a hard time saying goodbyes. Hey, even when we were doing this in a different setting, and to wrap this up, unfortunately, time is a thing, and we have to wrap this up. And but before we wrap this up, I would like to thank Mr. Sonam Sherpa, the very talented, the very inspirational.
Thank you so much. I mean, we created a moment over here. I know you coming to our show.
So unexpected.
No, that's
how magic happens.
Yeah, that's what makes us human.
Because I don't like sharing my vulnerable side, and it kind of happens. So yeah, it's okay.
Yeah,
still.
I mean, utmost respect that you did, and I think that's the thing, we should never shy out being human, because that's our originality, you know, that's what makes us human, the essence of us, the emotion, the empathy, you know, the gratitude. And actually we are very grateful that you came and shared your experiences, your stories, and it was really fun.
Yeah, thanks so
much.
Right,
and I wish the new barber all the very best heading into 2021. You have another outlet coming soon in Tamil.
Yes.
Right? And if this cut looks 1 week old, or if this cut still looks fresh, it's courtesy of what they do, their magic about the new barber. And having said that, thank you to all those who tuned in for this episode. It was our first episode. It was a very special episode. We did it after a very long time.
Yeah.
Thank you all for tuning in. And this is it from me, your host Pratyush, and the very beautiful co-host sitting across the table from me,
Presa.
And to our production team at Nagarik Network. Thank you all. You all are the star of the show, the production team. And having said that, until next time, bye-bye.
Yes, every story matters.
Every story matters. Only on Radio Nagarik 96.5.